So as I'm watching this live, I'm looking like this is Africa, right? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this seems like this is an African page in an African country, right? And if this is daytime in Africa, then why is it daytime here in America? Now, I am not the sharpest crayon in the box. I never admit to that. But however, I am college educated. I have a degree. I like to use critical thinking skills. But I thought that on one side of the earth, it was dark, and on the other side of the earth, it was light. But I guess Africa and America are not that far apart. Even when you look on Apple Maps or any type of app map, you would see that there is one side of the world that is dark and the other side is light. But all the continents are mainly concentrated on the light side, and pretty much everything else is dark. So let me show you here on the map. The islands are within the Pacific Ocean. That's dark right now. Everything else is daytime. So all that on the other side of the world is a different time, or a different time period, daytime, nighttime. That's not necessarily true. It's daytime here is daytime there. That's a little food for thought. Which really got me thinking, I was hearing a bunch of stuff about how you can travel from Africa to the Grand Canyon and vice versa. You can travel from the Grand Canyon to get to Africa. And some people were like, you're such an idiot. There's no way you can do all of the stuff, just being so close-minded about it. But yeah, I'm sure probably going through the Atlantic Ocean, you're probably not going to be able to get from America all the way to Africa. But I was reading about some people that live in India. Right? Where's India at? Yeah, this India. You can tell by the way the names of the country are. Like Nagpur, Inpur. I can tell that that's Indian talk. Even though I don't know Indian language, I know some Indian words. Just like I know some Chinese words. I know some Spanish words. I know some Russian words. I know some German words. I know some African words. I know some Caribbean words. So it's not like I know every single part of the language. It's just that, some letters and stuff I can recognize and be like, okay, I know that that's Indian. I can't speak a lick of it, but I know that that's Indian. You know what I mean? So this is India. So I saw this one video where they said some people was walking all the way from India and Pakistan. They said they walked from Pakistan and India all the way to the Grand Canyon. So I'm thinking if you go from India and travel, through the North Atlantic Ocean, you probably ain't gonna be able to walk. Because they said they walked from India to the Grand Canyon. So we travel this way through the Atlantic Ocean, it's really nowhere to walk. But if you start traveling this way, through the Bering Sea, right? Through this little trench right here, this little part, it makes it more possible. Because then you go right from Northern Asia, through this little part, through Alaska, through California or Nevada, Washington, all the way down till you get to Arizona. Or all the way down till you get to Nevada and Arizona, where the Grand Canyon is, right? And so that makes it they did it. I could believe that.